welcome to another hip creative tutorial. This time I will show you how to do a seat stitch hat for a 1-year-old, but if you want to know how to knit this for different sizes, I will have a link below to it goes to a page where it has a chart of different sizes, and depending on the yarn, if it is if it is a medium or a thin yarn, it will give you all the information, and it will let you know how many stitches to cast on and how long your hat should be, and all the decreasing information. So to begin, we are going to I use this brand. It's a medium number 4, and you'll also need 2 sets of double pointing needles. To begin, you're going to need a US number 8. It's a 5mm, and for the body of the hat you're going to need a US number 10. It's a 6mm. Also, you will need a stitch marker, a tapestry needle, and if you're going to do the pom-pom, you're going to need one of these, which is how I show how to do it. I know there are other methods that you don't need one of these, but when the time comes to do the pom-pom, I'm going to put a link on the e-card on the right hand corner. So if you click there, you will go to the video where I show how to make the pom-pom, and I use one of this, and that's it. That's actually all we need, and of course a pair of scissors, and that's it. Oh, this color is called raspberry. Also, I used a chunky yarn to make the pom-pom. I think it looks fluffier with a very chunky yarn. With this one it would look fine, but I like how it looks with the chunky yarn. Okay guys, so we're going to begin by casting on 72 stitches with our smallest needle. So for that, you're going to leave the long tail, and we're going to start with 2 needles. So then this is our tail. We're gonna cross it over the other yarn. We're gonna grab the other yarn to make a slip knot. Okay. Alright. Actually, it's like this. This is my tail. Okay. So I wrap my tail around my thumb and the other around my index, and I grab them both here. And under, over, and through. Just like that, we have 2 stitches on our right needle. We go under the thumb, over, and through. Under, over, and through. Okay, so just continue doing this until you have 72 stitches. Now, if you are not using circular needles, you're gonna have to divide your stitches between your needles. You can use 4 or 3 needles plus the extra one. I was thinking maybe using only 3 since this is a small project, and the extra one. So I'm going to do 25 on one needle, and then I'm going to get another one and make 25 and then 22 on the last one. Okay. If you want, just do stitches here and then move them to the end and slide them to the other needle. And see? Just continue. And once you have a lot of stitches here, just slide them to the other needles. Alright, so I'll see you once I'm done with the casting on. Okay, now I have all my stitches, and we are going to begin by making everything straight. All this braided part should be inside, and then we're going to grab the other needle and we're going to start our ribbon stitch. The yarn should be on the right. We're going to insert a safety net, and then just like that we close the circle. Then we're going to put the yarn in the front and we're going to purl. And then we put the yarn in the back and we knit, front, and purl. This is all you have to do for the next few rows until you have reached 1 inch or 1 inch and a fourth for the ribbon. This is just to have a base for the hat. And that's it. Okay, so if you're doing this with circular needles, at the beginning, before you join the round, place a stitch marker like this, so you know when you've finished the first row, and so on. I don't think I will put one here because I will know once I get to this one, to this needle, I know I'm done with the first round. But if you want, I guess you can put the marker and then you just slip one stitch and that's it. Now you know that once you get here, you're done with the first round. Okay, so just continue doing this. I was here. So once you are done with this, with the stitches on this needle, you would just switch hands. You would get this needle with your right needle, and you're going to continue doing the rib stitch. Okay, so I'm almost done. I wanted to show you what to do. Okay, so you see this one is free now, so you switch to the right needle, to your right hand, and we continue. Here we ended with a net one, so now we have to do a purl one. So you put your yarn in the front, you go like this, and there is your purl. And that's it. Then row number 2, you're going to do the same. You're going to end here, and then you're going to once again start with the net 1, purl 1, net 1, purl 1 for a few rounds until you have reached 1 inch or 1 inch and a fourth, I think is what I'm going to do for the rib section. Alright, so now I've reached 1 inch of my project, and it is time to change to the bigger needle. So to do this, we are going to start the new round. It's like this, okay. So we're going to grab the biggest needle, and we're going to start the new round as we were doing. Okay, now let's just go back 1 second. Okay, here. Now I'm going to work the seed stitch, and to do this we are going to net the purls and purl the nets. So this means that in this first row we will have to do a net, but I'm going to do a purl instead. Then I continue with the net 1 and so on. So you're always going to begin with the opposite of the previous row. Okay, now for the seed stitch to work, we need to have an odd number of stitches. So I'm going to, at the beginning of the second row for the seed stitch, I had to start by knitting 1. So I'm going to knit 2 together. Since we had 72, now we'll have 71, and it should be fine. So now, actually we're going to purl 2, sorry. We're going to purl 2 together. So we're going to go through the back, just like this, because now the following stitch we have to knit it. So just like that, we eliminated 1 stitch, and to have an odd number, so the seed stitch can work. Because I had to begin this row, the second row, by knitting 1, but that is exactly how we finished this one. So it was not working. So you just eliminated 1, and now it should work. Now every time you start a row, otherwise we were going to have 2 rows growing the same way, and that was not good. Just continue doing 1 net, purl, 1 net, 1 purl, 1 net, and then following row start with the opposite, net 1 purl 1 and 1 purl 1, and so on. Keep doing this until you have reached 6.5 inches. Alright, so once you have your 6.5 inches, we're going to start decreasing. And to do this, we're going to start by doing the seed stitch in the for 6 stitches. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now we're going to purl 2 together. And then we're going to do the seated stitch for 6 more stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to purl 2 together. Okay, so just continue doing this until you have reached the end of this row. Now you can notice here we have 2 purls. That's because we did the purl 2 together here. With the seated stitch, it's difficult to decrease like this and not having 2 of the same, but just try to match this as best you can, and that's it. Then finish this row, and next row we're just going to do the seated stitch for the entire row, and then we're going to decrease again. So I'll see you once I'm done with this row. And then we're just going to finish this row with a purl 1. Okay, so now next row, here we're going to do a purl 1. So we're going to start. Okay, now we knit 1, purl 1, and this is all you have to do for this row. And then you can meet me back here so I can show you what to do next. And always try to match the seated stitch. Like here, I will have to do a purl, but I will knit 1 and then purl 1, because it looks like we did a decrease there. And always try to see what comes next. If it is a net, then you're gonna do a purl, just purl the nets and knit the purls, because now this decrease messed up a little bit the order that we have been working on, but it will look fine at the end. It will look okay. So alright, meet me back here to show you the next decrease row. Alright, so second row of decreases, we are going to do the seated stitch for 5 stitches, and then we are going to purl 2 together. I wanted to show you, here we have 2 nets and 2 purls. This happened because we did the decrease here, so, and then on the previous row we had to knit the net, purl the nets and knit the purls. So you should have 2 nets and every time that you did a decrease on the previous row. But we are going to eliminate that now, because we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to purl these 2 together. So as I promised, it will look fine. So here I have to start with a knit 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to purl 2 together. continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We purl 2 together. So now here again you continue, and now see the 2 nets here. Decrease. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, and we purl those 2 together. Okay, so just continue doing this until you have reached the end of this row. And then we will do one more row for the seated stitch, just plain knitting, no decreases. And then after you're done with that knitting row, meet me back here to show you the 3rd decreasing row. Alright, so once you're done with your 1 knitting row, we are going to start our next row of decrease, and this time we're going to net 4, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to purl 2 together. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we purl 2 together, and that's it. That's all you have to do for this row. Now here the things are going to change a little bit, so just remember 1, 2, 3, 4. Always have in mind that to purl the nets and net the pearls, and you'll be fine. So just continue doing this until the end of the row. Then we're going to do another row of just knitting, and then we are going to do another decrease row. So meet me back here to show you what we have to do next. Right now, the previous row for decreasing, you had to finish with a purl 2 together. Then you had to do your 1 knitting row, and now we are ready for another decrease row. So this one we're going to do 3, 1, 2, 3. We have 2 nets from the previous row, so we're going to purl 2. Then we have 1, 2, 3. We have 2 nets, so we're going to net 2 together. We're going to purl 2 together. Then we have 1, 2, 3. So now here we have a net and a purl. So I'm going to actually net these 2 together. Right? Then we're going to continue. 1, 2, 3. And here we go again. I have net and a purl. So I'm going to actually net these 2 together. 1, 2, and 3. Net and a purl, we're going to knit those two together. And that's it. Just continue doing this until you have reached the end of this row. So just continue on knitting two together, then maybe meet me back here to show you what we have to do next. So okay, after doing 3 and then 2 together, we're now going to do an intermediate row of just knitting. We're just going to go right ahead and keep decreasing. So now here we're going to start by, let's see what I finished here. Okay, so we're going to purl 2 together, then we're going to knit 2 together and purl 2 together. So this is all we have to do for this row. Just knit 2 together, purl 2 together. And that's it. I will see you at the end of this row. Alright, so then this row you should have finished with knitting 2 together. And now, if you want, you can do another row of decreasing by knitting 2 together or purling 2 together, but I will not do that. So I'm just going to cut a piece of yarn. You're going to cut your yarn, leaving a tail, and using your tapestry needle, we are going to close the hole that we have here. So here's where we finished. Now we're going to start with the increases following that one. Okay. Okay, so then you are going to pull tight. Don't pull too tight if you want to insert your pom-pom, just right here. So first I want to wash the hat first and let it dry flat, and then I will add the pom-pom. But just to show you, through this little hole you're going to insert, actually this one has to go inside, and then the pom-pom, and then you pull this one really tight, and then you just have to make a knot with the yarn that you use for the pom-pom and the yarn of the hat, and that's it, and you will be done. Then you just have to, this one, cut it. I'm going to cut a piece that was too long, and with the tapestry needle we are going to just hide it in between the stitches. Alright, and that's it. I think that's good enough. and you are officially done. So you can let it always look at the instructions of the yarn that you used, but I would recommend to hand wash your hat, let it dry flat, and then add your pom-pom as I showed you, and it will be ready.